Amigos, and welcome to the last show on Televida. We've got something very special today. How would you like to take a stroll? A club stroll. This show is about the hopefully up-and-coming interactive theater experience called Club Stroll. And on our show, we have the writer, director, we have the writer, director, the producer, Tom Bedell, and the director, Matt Report. Guys, tell me about, but we're going to play a really great clip there, which well acted, well directed. Tell us about Club Stroll. Just give us.
I guess the most important thing is that it's a new pop-up experience. This is a pop-up show.
Explain that.
Okay, it's not a traditional theater production. It's just going to be here for a very limited number of time. It's not going to be in an established theater. It's
interactive.
It's interactive.
Is it kind of like Tony and Tina's wedding? Similar?
Yeah, I guess you could say that it's very similar to Tony and Tina's wedding. When you go to Club Stroll, it's a recreation of a 1930s nightclub, jazz club.
Where? In the part of town?
It was Vine Street.
Okay.
Not necessarily 18th and Vine, 12th and Vine, 18th and Vine. It is a typical jazz club on Vine Street on Saturday night. And when you go to the show, that's where you're going. You're going to a club. All the actors are characters from the 1930s, real characters, fictional characters, all blended together to have a good time.
Well, Matt, let me ask you this. It's an interactive show. How do you direct an interactive show when you really don't know what's going to be happening at a given moment?
Right. So there's certain frameworks you can use, sort of patterns you can follow. When you work with the actors, first of all, you have to get them to immerse themselves in the characters. That's the most important thing, that they are able to stay in character throughout the whole evening and performance and all their interactions, with the audience and all that. And then once we get to that point, then we can start looking at, so in the first section, we need these events to happen. And
then you kind of set course, right?
Right.
And then you can vary, but you're going to all end up in the same place.
Yeah, it's all character-based. Everything is, as far as the performance goes,
There's 15 main characters. There's 20 actors. 5 of them are in the band. Every one of those characters has a backstory. And in that backstory, is at least 5 different paths that they can go down. Okay? They can be talking about their parents. They can be talking about their personal struggle. They can be talking about events that have taken place in their lives. Now, with
kind of reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons. They don't get too nerdy.
Choose your own adventure,
well,
right?
But every one of those actors knows all of their backstories as well as all of the other actors' backstories. So when something's happening over here, the actor over here will be engaging about that action. Yeah. Do you know that Legs is a dancer that won the regional and the national
and throughout as well, there will be certain events that will trigger this action, right?
Yeah.
The band leader comes up and says, "We have an announcement," et cetera, et cetera. That triggers one of the actors to respond in a certain way, and then that sets off the chain events of all, as Tom says, all the other interconnected actors reacting. And the audience, what's great is in this format of theater, in this style of theater, the audience has the opportunity to kind of see what they want of it, right?
Kind of head it in the direction that they want to do.
Yeah, if they're interested in a particular character more than another, they can really focus on.
They can steer the show over there.
You got it.
Well, we've talked about all the characters, and we've teased this for a few minutes now. So we're going to play this clip, the entire clip from Club Stroll, and we'll be back with Tom Bedell and Matt Report. We'll be back.
Kansas City, the cool cat scene. The joint is jumping and the juice is flowing. And it all started on a street called Vine in 1930. People were tired of being held down. They wanted change, and there was a new wind blowing. Jazz was the wind and freedom was what it was blowing. Come back with me to the time when KC's freedom was born. Welcome to Club Stroll and Freedom.
When it rains 5 days and the skies turn dark as night.
Jazz don't judge, it unites. What you are doesn't matter. Jazz only cares about who you are. Free people love jazz because it loves them back. These are the people who made the stories that brought the change. We're going to be part of those stories as we step back to Club Stroll and the changes that make freedom. Change doesn't come easy, even for a fat cat family. Powerful father, rebel son, a story that bears society's soul relived at Club Stroll.
Damn it, Ryan. You are making me look a fool. I'm here with Mr. Pendergast on business, as police captain, I might add. And what do I find? My son lollygagging with these no-account jazz people.
Jazz people? You and I both know that your problem is that most of these people are colored.
It's not my problem, son. It's the law, God's and man's. Segregation is right at every angle, and its loose enforcement has led to this music, which breeds even more rebellion. If it weren't for Mr. Pendergast need business done, I would shut this business down right off. And you might remember that it's Mr. Pendergast that put a roof over our heads.
I haven't lived in your house for a long time. I'm my own man. No need to suffer embarrassment because of me. I'll allow you your prejudices. Society and your upbringing have given them to you, just like you've tried to give them to me. But change is due, Father. There's more to this music than what you've heard. There's the song of freedom. Freedom for you, too, if you just listen. If you have any admiration for me at all, you will do me this favor. You will still your prejudice and listen.
It'll be a real gas when you meet big-time cats like the Monarch's Bullet Rogan. You'll flip your lid hearing his righteous stories.
There you go.
So very much.
All right, now. Clean up Kansas City corruption. In the grass.
We could really use your help.
Hi, huge fan. Sign my ball?
All right. Here you go, young lady. You play ball?
Outfield, and I like to pitch, like you too. I would play forever if I could. God, what's it like to be one of the best there was?
One of the best. I am the best. And I tell you some stories to back up the claim. After we've had a dance. You think you can keep up with me?
You may be better out on the diamond, but when it comes to dancing, I've got you beat, old timer.
All right now.
Let's do it. And you can be a part of it.
Being a cool cat, maybe you'll cut a rug too, because you're in the show on the main kick. No one's just watching. Whether you're laughing at a joke or you're a part of it.
My roll needs a foot long, if you know what I'm saying. Oh. Ooh, very nice.
Good times are big at Club Stroll, but something else is brewing at the club. A storm named Change. It's rising, ready to blow. Change is coming.
Look at that toad. Prancing around like he's the second coming. Who does Pendergast think he is? Toad's the only thing that comes to my mind. He needs to really be shown what people think. That we're tired of going along to get along. Pass out these to the crowd. Maybe we can slow him down some tonight.
I don't know, Viola. I got an audition tonight. I don't want too much trouble. Maybe we should let things go. There seems to be a good mood tonight. Pendergast ain't doing too much.
Some jazz musician. Brother, if you're afraid of trouble, you best put that horn down. You can't play jazz if you can't play free. And that toad is all about keeping you and your music down, no matter what he says. Now, you in or you out?
I'm all the way in. All the way in.
Club Stroll stories make you want to be part of the change and to have fun. Club Stroll was where Kansas City could throw away the rules, to be true to who they were, to be free, to have fun, and it will be again.
Throw him out! 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 Throw him out!
I love that. I love that it was everything was well acted, and Matt, the characters were all developed in the short time that I saw them. I mean, I saw a conflict between a father and a son. I saw relationships. I saw the inkling of civil rights moving in. I mean, I saw all these different things. Yeah. And the most amazing thing I saw is that I saw this and I thought it was kind of, I don't want to say it was a typo, but I just saw like somebody walk in from present day. The girl, that's on purpose.
That's correct. Yeah, she is meant to represent an audience, a modern day audience member. So, and that's the kind of interactions that they can
So what
instigate.
you're saying in Club Show, the audience can interact with the actors.
100%. Yes, absolutely. There will be little moments where there's like a scene, like we saw with the father and the son,
Yeah.
or the two servers that are talking at the bar, things like that will be happening, and audience members could go over there and watch that interaction. But yes, at any point that character is free, they could pull them over and say, "Tell me more about your dad," or or whatever, right? So absolutely, we want them to be able to directly address the characters
It's
like
a
that.
very intimate show.
Mm-hmm.
One actor for every 6 audience members.
So
It's a
take
limited
me to
cast.
This here. So when we go to Club Stroll, when we go to the show when it opens up in Kansas City, you'll walk into what type of venue, ideally?
Nothing fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Open ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a restaurant. It can be a garage. It could be a warehouse.
Now, as the audience members walk in, is the music already playing as they walk in?
The music's already playing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a seating time where actors are moving around, waiters, et cetera, et cetera. There are characters that are being seated as patrons of Club Stroll. They'll be seated at tables with the modern day audience.
How do we know this? So do you know if the server is an actor or actual server?
Everybody in Club Stroll is an actor.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah. When I say waiters, they're selling drink tickets. They're not delivering drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. They're selling drink tickets because Pendergast is going to be there, and they're making an appearance of not selling drinks because it's prohibition.
Being in entertainment for the last 40 years, I know that acting and waiting aren't that far apart.
No, and there's a lot of crossover in those two professions.
There is a lot of crossover there,
Yeah.
exactly. There's a lot of historical characters in there, and this is in particular to Kansas City. Tom Prendergast, he plays an intimate part in this. He kind of ran Kansas City, kind of like Bill Daley ran Chicago.
You know, there's a lot of people that point to the good things that Pendergast did,
You
but
mean like the seaman on Brush Creek?
yeah. Well, I think Harry Truman said, sometimes you have to do good things with bad people if you want broad progress. And he was talking about Truman Road. But he was involved with Pendergast. Pendergast had the influence. It had the appearance of an open city. There was gambling, and there was,
And you mentioned, and he reached out for black votes back then when it really wasn't necessary.
Well, it was necessary. He needed those votes along with all the other votes, but he was an oppressor. He held jobs. Yeah, he made jobs for people, but you had to be under his thumb to
Hence
get one
the,
of
hence
those
the
jobs.
revolt at the end of the clip.
There's no freedom with that kind of leadership. And the main thing I'd like to see out of this show is that people leave and had a good time, because it was really what brought people together, that crossed over all kinds of cultural divides, prejudices, ignorance, meanness, all kinds of things. People suffered, and they came together to have a good time. Jazz provided the playground, and they went to those clubs and they discovered that differences can bring you together as well as separate you. And anyway.
Matt, let me ask you a question, because I noticed a few actors very recognizable in Kansas City in there. Anthony Burnside, and I forgot, who was the female singer? I forgot her.
The singer,
Yeah.
who was the singer?
I've seen her in a few other things, though.
Yes, you have.
Where did you film that? Because it's such a nice little piece there. I mean, it's
that was at the Ship.
Her name was Meredith Wolf.
Meredith Wolf.
Yeah, and you've definitely seen her around. She's appeared on lots of stages around and short film. And, yes.
You didn't forget, Matt.
I didn't. I just had to dig for.
It's Meredith.
We
Wolf.
shot that quite a while ago, and
did you shoot it all in one night?
So one day,
it was a one-day shoot.
Like a 14-hour shoot.
My God.
Yeah. It was a long day.
Now, how did you know to kind of weave in all the touch points of Kansas City, like the Kansas City Monarchs, Tom Prendergast?
That was all Tom.
Dr. Perry. How did you do all that?
Learning.
Because all these people have a backstory.
Every one of them.
Now, I mentioned, because we're on Televida, there's actually a Hispanic backstory in there as well.
Maximilian Legs Garza. Mm-hmm. He's a dancer. Mm-hmm. And in fact, in the show, Legs will be holding a instruction, teaching people how to do dances. There'll be a dance contest in the show.
Right within the show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's how you make it happen in this show. You get them involved. You get the audience involved where they want to be involved. So, Legs is a national champion dancing. He's a Mexican American. His parents immigrated here. He was of an era where Mexican American children weren't just segregated. They weren't allowed to go to school.
What?
They had to do schools in churches, in homes. It was illegal for them to go to school for a period of time in Kansas City. Legs was a student that was one of the first wave of making that happen. I believe it was Argentine High School.
Argentine, yes.
Was the first school that opened for Mexican children. So there is his backstory with his parents. And
well, we have this. So where are we right now with Club Stroll? Anyway, tell us where we're at and where we need to go for the people watching to actually see this show.
As you can tell from the clip, I have a lot of high caliber people interested in the project.
We got a great cast, a great story, a great characters.
Director.
Oh, well, thank you. We're all just waiting, bursting at the seams to make this happen. So.
And frankly, I'm out looking for the sponsors.
You're hustling.
I'm hustling. I need the do-re-mi. And I'm just out talking to people and seeing if somebody can be as excited
You've
about
talked
it.
to a lot of people, haven't you?
Yeah. I've reached out to a lot of people that, if I guess this is as good a place as any to speak candidly. It's just amazing the people that don't want to engage about a new idea. They just don't want to.
People are kind of used to their same patterns.
Yeah.
Although when we met Emmanuel Cleaver, the congressman, he liked the idea of the show. I think he's just so busy with.
He's.
There's a lot going on in Washington these days.
And you know what? I don't want to do this with government money, municipal money, grant money, any of that stuff. This show, if it's going to be a success, will have independent financing and it'll make a profit.
Well, isn't it not that indifferent from Lin-Manuel, who did the Hamilton? I mean, how he kind of had to put together this thing from scratch and nobody understood this, and you're kind of facing those same challenges on a local level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm sure you know, that's a classic story in the entertainment industry.
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do know. So basically, this show, hopefully, 2024, it can actually hit the stage someplace in Kansas City.
I believe, Matt, if I went out tomorrow, and thankfully I have some people that are helping me reach out to potential sponsors, people where this show would make sense for them to be associated with it, corporate sponsorships. But if one of those clicks, I believe Matt could get this show up, cast in.
Well, Matt, let's just say if we clip this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll clip this to the director. Give us your elevator pitch about Club Stroll.
Well, I think Club Stroll is a place to come and primarily have a great time, but also experience what was going on back in the day in Kansas City.
Entertainment and a history lesson.
Yeah, absolutely. We try not to beat anybody over the head with the history lesson, but it's there. And for the people who are interested in that, you can kind of choose how deep you want to go into it. So as we saw, you can from the video clip, you can go and really pay a lot of attention to the father and son duo, and follow their storyline really
Everybody
closely.
has, and you sent me everybody has a backstory. Every character has a long, detailed backstory.
Deep backstory.
Yeah.
Wendell, one of the characters, is a gay African-American musician. He's going to Western University in Quindaro, one of the very school black colleges.
I do remember.
Anywhere.
I don't remember.
One of the first, but he wants to be a musician, and his mother and father have got stable
we have to
jobs.
bring this to stage because everybody has a long backstory. So.
Yeah.
Is there a website or anything like that? Or how do they reach out to you if they want to become involved?
Clubstroll.com.
Clubstroll.com.
Yes, my contact information's on
That's
there.
where your contact information is, and you'll be happy to talk to them. If
And they can look at the clip again.
If you have a venue or if you want to be part of this, I guess you're open to all offers.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And the beauty of it is it's so flexible. We can make points of emphasis anywhere, change any little thing without hurting the integrity of the show and the entertainment value of the show.
And that's what it is.
Well, and I think too, just to button it up for myself, it's about the community. And so this kind of outreach, that Tom is out here asking the community to
Because that's what the show's
because that's what the show's all about, is the community coming together in tough times or in good times, and all of that. And, having this communal experience, which, to be honest, is sorely lacking in so many places right now, that we're trying to, yes, we're trying to put on a good show, and we're trying to employ some people, talented people, and all that good stuff. But ultimately, we want to try to help get over this separation that we're having as a community right now.
Well, Tom, Matt, thank you for being on the last show. Matt, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Remember, what do we need to go to?
Clubstroll.com. And
Stroll.
strolls with STROLL.
Clubstroll.com.
Right.
Tom, Matt, thank you. This has been the last show. Adios.